All right, guys. I know it's been a long time, but here we are. We're gonna continue with some Everweave with Noel, what our name is, and so on and so forth. Without further ado, let's continue. All right, but first let me look at my profile and see how low am I. So I can see, as you see, I'm very low on my points. It's gonna refill back to 300 to by tomorrow. All right, this is my thing right here, my subscription pack. So see, I'm out of my free limits, which is the 31st of this month. That's when I get my free 60. My subscription is, as you can see, is at zero, but it's gonna be refilled Sunday, which is tomorrow. I can't read all that, but thanks to my guy Belbedo, was it? I have the invite bonus that he enjoyed. He has successfully joined in, and he gave me my my full 50. Thanks to him, that I will have a few messages because my subscription is done, and I would have had two. If it wasn't for him, I would have only two, and that'll be it. But yep, let's continue without further ado, and let's go. Continue. Oh no. Whoops. That's a whole this that's the whole different scenario. Let's go to character. All right, this one we was on still level one for 2 episodes. All right, so where we last left off on from episode two. So I take the reins, and with a gentle tug, we continue our journey. This is what I put East as Fendril. Sound like the guy from Skyrim. I think Fenrir is the guy from Skyrim, but other than that, Fenrir stated he went to take back and took a rest, determined to start steering a wagon for the first time in my life with steady hands steer wagon. Fenrir retreats into the back of the wagon to attempt sleep while you take your place on the driver's bench, gripping the worn leather reins. For the first time, the wagon is heavier than it looks, its center of gravity shifting sluggishly with every rut in the road. You give the reins a gentle, steady tug, a motion you've watched him perform a dozen times. And the horses respond, their heavy hoofs clopping rhythmically against the dirt as you guide them towards the eastern horizon. The responsibility feels tangible, a different kind of burden than the blade at your hip. You keep your eyes scanning the road and the surrounding grassy plains, ensuring you maintain the steady pace Fenrir insists upon. The morning sun climbs higher, casting sharp shadows across the path, and for now there is nothing but the steady creak of the wooden wheels, the rhythmic breathing of the horses, and your own careful, focused navigation of the trail ahead. Now, I'm not going to read this because it's my thing here as I drive the wagon. I can read that, and then I'm going to continue with this. You maintain a steady pace, the wagon, rhythmic. I always keep on saying that. Creaking, becoming the backdrop to your vigilant drive. Your eyes are constantly in motion, sweeping the horizon from the front arc to the left, and then pivoting to check the rear. Ensuring no movement in the tall, dry grass alerts you to danger. The weight of the reins in your hands is a constant reminder of the responsibility Fenrir placed in you, and you honor it by staying alert, your muscles coiled and ready to switch from driving to fighting at the slightest provocation. A quick glance backwards confirms Fendril is still deeply asleep among the crates, his breathing slow and heavy, undisturbed by the jolts of the road. With that brief reassurance, you turn your focus back to the eastward path. The horizon continues to unfold before you, fast and silent as you scan the plains for any signs of another threat. Your hand never straying far from your weapon, even as you stare. Usually say, what would you do in this type of message here? Now, what would I do now? See, it's not giving me okay, I gotta think of something to do here. Uh hmm. Let's see. Let me shift. Here we go. So I put my thing in. All right. So this is what I put. I keep my focus and try to steady my nervous heart, as this is my first time driving a wagon. Since all my life I only ride one, and fighting is all I can do. This is a new experience for me. All right. Your knuckles are white, gripping the leather reins far tighter than they need to be. Driving this lumbering wooden beast is nothing like the crisp practice motion of drawing your blade. In combat, you know where to strike, how to pivot, and where your limits lie. Here, you are at the mercy of the horses, temperament, and the wagon's unpredictable sway. Every rut in the dirt road sends a jar up through your arms, and your heart thumps a frantic rhythm against your ribs. Unaccustomed to such passive tension, you take a slow, deliberate deliberate breath, forcing your shoulders to relax. Fighting is second nature, a language you speak fluently, but this steady navigation is an entirely new dialect you're struggling to learn. Fenrir trust in you, however strained, is anchored to your ability to keep these wheels rolling straight. You focus on the rhythm of the road, the steady pulls of the horses, and the vast silent horizon. Ground yourself in the task, determined to the master these as thoroughly as you have. Okay, so all he just okay. I want to continue. He's just gonna keep on going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what I'm gonna do is I continue the pace till I reach my destination. Oh damn it. Uh, destination. Unless if anything I encountered along the way. I continue to pay some recommendation unless if anything I encounter along the way. If not, if there is none, I proceed to the goal. That's all I can come up with. Because if I put something else here, it's just gonna say and improvise what I said, and it's not gonna continue. I wanted to keep on going, going, going until something is. It's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right. So I'm putting continue. So I continue the pace till I reach my destination, unless if anything I encounter along the way. If there is none, I proceed to the goal. Simple as that. Just put that there. Because it's gonna go back and forth, and there's nothing. It's just gonna be me talking and talking and talking. So I'm gonna just gonna let's just see. All right, then roll down. So now I see the difference between doing this because I'm doing it on the PC. I see some people recording it doing on their phone. I don't know how they do that. I would like to learn how to do that, but if I do it on the phone, it automatically goes to the next message. All right, so we already knew what I read. I wrote. So let's continue. Now the hours passed, the sun arcing high and then beginning to slow descent. Because its slow descent. The endless expanse of grassland continues quiet and watchful. You settle into the rhythm of the journey, your hands gradually loosening their depth grip on the reins, learning the subtle language of the horse's movements. The road ahead remained largely deserted, just the dusty track winding through the sea of grass, and you encountered no further threats. Okay, good. You know what's funny about it, guys? Well, let me put a pause right here. I could actually, if I wanted to, because right now I'm fast forwarding right to the goal. I could actually force an encounter right now. Say, hey, I see something right there, or there's fairies right there. It will say that. That's the thing I like about this game. You can actually put something there and say, hey, I see. And this is one thing to do it. You see, this AI right here, this is a living, breathing. It's told me it's a living, breathing world, which it cannot control nobody and say, oh, it will steer that person, a certain person that you like or you of interest, to come to you. But the thing about it, you can, you could just say, hey, I see a familiar face, and it comes to you. You know, what I mean, you could. There's ways around this, but I'm not gonna ruin it for you guys. It's for you guys to see it yourself. Anyway, without further ado, let's continue. You keep your senses sharp committed to doing as you commit to doing. Occasionally, you spot birds circling in the distance or the shadow of a cloud passing over the fields, but nothing threatening appears. That's good. The hours of driving stretch on, giving you space to think, space to breathe, and space to truly realize what are you capable of more than just wielding a blade. Finally, as the sun begins to dip lower, you see a collection of sturdy, functional buildings hunkering against the horizon, the Southern Depot. Yeah. Now, this is when I wake up this bastard, you know, and say, yo, I think we're here. As I reached what looks like a settlement, I bring the wagon to a halt and went over to Fen. I think that's his name, Fendro. It will auto correct. Yeah, it will auto if I spell it right. Even if the AI knows who I'm preferring, who I'm referring to. You don't want to roughly shake somebody with that because he's asleep. Remember, so I'm gonna put gently shove. Give him a shove. Give him a how do you spell shove? Oh, there you go. All right. All right, there we go. And I bet you guys it's gonna give me a dialogue. It's gonna say it's gonna go into a dialogue. I don't mind the dialogue though, but it's just woo. You usually say go into a dialogue right above this thing right here. This Grim Reaper head thingy looking dude. Now I would like to see this guy's face because it's like we're doing Dungeons and Dragons with the Grim Reaper, even though his hands aren't skeletal. Oh wait, all those gloves? Oh well, he's okay. He's wearing gloves, but like, oh at least, well if you look closely to the screen, I think you can make out a face in that shadow. Wait, did he just nodded? Yep. All right. So again with this right here, see when it's in this dialogue, all right, make sure you click this little thread looking thing because you could be missing something. All right. And let's go down here. Okay. I think we're here. What's next? Now, this is what pisses me off. Okay, it says right here. Okay, you bring the close to a halt. Okay, now this is where I put eyes I reach. What looks like the settlement. I bring the weapon. A weapon. I bring the weapon. I bring the wagon to a halt and went over to Fenrir to gently give him a shove and wake him up. You bring the horses to a halt at the edge of the southern depot. The structures here are rough hewn, functional, and wary looking under the golden light of the late afternoon. Dust coats everything from the low slung stables to the main warehouse where workers are busy moving crates, their shouts muffled by the distance. All right, and then it says you climb into the back of the wagon, stepping carefully over the salt laden crates to where Fenrir lies, curled up against the wooden side. You give him a gentle, firm shove to the shoulders. Fenrir, wake up. I think we are here. He stirs, blinking blurrily in the interior gloom, his hands intensively snapping towards his walking crane before he recognizes you and pulls back, his expression shifting from startled defense to wary relief. I think we are here. What's next? Okay, now this is where he starts because, mind you, when you get into his dialogue, it won't show you all of that unless you go right back into that whole board thing. You always have to click on here and see what's there because you can miss out key terms on what some stuff, you know. Now he says, "We find the quartermaster first. I need to get these crates logged and off the wagon before the sun fully sets. Once the inventory is cleared and I have your coin sorted, we are finished here." You know what? I'd rather have him gone off my party because he was no help at all, none whatsoever. And you know what? I'm gonna take my coins because you, uh, Fenrir scrambles upright, his movements jerky and hurried as he avoids meeting your gaze. Avoids meeting my gaze. He snaps his ledger open with trembling fingers, then reaches out to tap a rhythm against the wooden crate of salt beside him. His glowing yellow eyes darting anxiously towards the depot's activity instead of resting on you. Are you scared of me? I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him that. I'm gonna ask him that. I then ask, from the way you're looking, it seems you're afraid. Like he looks afraid. Like I'm not gonna kill you. Wait, I got wait. Neil attempts to reassure. Really? I got to roll an ability. I got to roll an ability check on that. Okay. Oh, watch me fail this. Oh! You see now? How does a dice rolls zero? What? -1 charisma? Do I really suck being social? Oh wow. Okay. You know what? It's fine anyway because if he leaves, hey, you know, I might find somebody better. Shit. All right. Close. That's crazy. You know what? You know what? remember when I told you guys that this is a living, breathing world? Um, the thing is, I scared this guy because remember, I violently kicked the it's not zombie, the goblin, because the goblin. Remember, I died twice. Well, I can't say I died twice, but I nearly died twice. All right, by that same goblin, and because that goblin almost killed me, I said that I kick him viciously, kick the corpse viciously, and he looked this guy right here, this this purple guy looked at me and was like, with his eyes open wide. That scared the bejesus out of him. That's why he's probably feeling this way, because I don't know, he's afraid. Okay, it says harm is well let's harm is well let us just focus on the inventory. Nail, I have a schedule to keep, and these crates must be logged before the quartermaster closes his ledger. Fenrir stares down at his ledger, his thumb worrying an edge of his parchments. He avoids your eyes completely, his glowing yellow pupils fixed on the column of figures as he shifts his to put more distance between you and the wait. All right, let me put this again. Pardon me, guys. Pardon me, people. As he shifts his weight to put more distance between the two of you inside the cramped wagon. Oh wow. Mm. I oh I apologize if I upset you. Regardless. Oh, regardless. Not that goblins. I kicked one goblin, so that's what I did with that. But hey, if he wants to leave my party, that's fine because he did nothing. He just went back there cowering. Like if we were to go back, which we will, if we go back on that on that timeline, he was cowering like a I would say the PUSSY word though, but you know. But hey, I mean, I might find somebody more actually I can't find the words for it, bro, like entertaining than this guy. He's a merchant by the way, so we all do what we must to survive out here, Neil. I would prefer not to dwell on it. Can we please just finish the log? I need to get those goods offload before the quartermaster closes up. Fenrir stops writing, his fingers tighten painfully right around the edge of the ledger. He taps his calloused fingertips rhythmically against the wooden railing. The sound sharp of the cramp. You know what? That's fine, you rabbit ear fool. Your long ass ears. That's fine. Let me see what I'm missing after this. All right, so it says Neil says from the way you're looking, it seems you're afraid of me. You know I mean. Okay, okay. Neil says, well then, I apologize if I upset you. Regardless, it must be what I did with that goblin that gave me problems. Okay, it doesn't. It is. There's no hidden. So sometimes it won't show no hidden whatever's hidden without a word. Um, you see, what's this right here? Can I? That's him. So if he leaves, and he only has 7 HP, so if he leaves, that's fine. That's fine. Without a word, I help him What am I supposed to do? Can we just finish the log? I help him with the goods and follow his instructions. I spelled that wrong, didn't I? Yeah. Instructions. This shit is crazy. I mean, you want to go somewhere, you gonna get attacked. I've seen you. You haven't even raised a finger. I want to ask you, like, you sure you don't want me to continue? Because the thing is, you go out there and something attacks you, you can get ruined. But hey, you know what I mean? I'd rather go and slay goblins and dragons and stuff instead of, merchant and stuff. All right. Wait, Neil nods slightly and moves to assist Fenrir in organizing and offloading the crates. That's it. That's it. You don't say nothing else after that. It just says Neil nods slightly because remember I help him with it. We all do what we must, and then what else? What else we gonna do? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it an episode right now because I'm trying to figure out why this guy with the DM didn't put nothing else here. So we will continue this another episode of this until I figure out what to put next. And when I do, we'll come back to it. Now, other than this, there will be another games. I'm a up, I'm sorry, I'm over here choking over my words. I'm kind of flabbergasted right now. All right, after this episode, there gonna be other games not related to this uploaded. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, and I hope my voice isn't too annoying when as I read. All right, I'm sorry. If so, if you don't want me to read the stuff and just have it like for you guys to pause and read on your own, let me know in the comments. All right, and I would. It would be appreciated. All right, so like, subscribe. Everything what those other streamers, YouTubers say, and put the bell. Activate that bell and whatnot. All right. I hope you guys have a good day, a night, evening, and if you made it this far from the beginning to the end of this episode, you are the bee's knees. You know what I mean? Like they always say, you are the cool beans. You are, the man, the woman, the child. I don't know who's watching. So you are the person. I don't know. That was so corny, but yeah. Without further ado, see you on the next video. Bye bye.